Welcome to Bookish. I'm Sasha,
And I'm Kendall.
and we're just two girls drunk on some bookish tea.
So sit back, pour yourself a cup, and join us in discussing all kinds of bookish gossip. Hi!
Hi.
We got a new setup today. We're
Mhm.
changing things up.
Switching it up.
We have a special guest with us today. Oh, can you get his
Yes.
hot take?
Yes. Tristan, what do you think about the current political climate? Well said. Well said.
Yeah, he's tired. He's exhausted. By all that's going on in the world.
Yeah, if you thought he was a pillow at the beginning of this, you are not alone.
Yes,
Because he honestly blends in.
he's camouflaged.
Like, spot the difference. You can't really.
No.
Um,
You can't see his eyes.
yeah, this is
eyes.
Kendall's dog, Tristan.
He's 13.
Oh,
13 years old. He's an old boy.
He's an old boy. Cocker Spaniel, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He's usually pretty smelly, but he doesn't. I feel like he doesn't smell right
He's
now.
fine today.
Yeah. He got ready for you.
He did. He got ready for the Bookish podcast. He was like, I'm going to be the guest star today. I need to be my best.
He needs to smell his best. Look his best.
We appreciate that, Tristan.
He did this all on his own. We didn't even put him up here.
What a king.
Yeah, what a king. I said Tristan is actually a goblin. Oh no, he's a changeling. That was brought to us.
Oh.
By the Fae. As a dog. You can tell. So he's very smart. He has insights. He's actually taking his intelligence back to the other world. So
That's what he's doing right now.
My kitchen is the portal. So it's crazy. Also, I really hope the mic doesn't pick up that my stomach is actively grumbling.
Oh, are you hungry?
I can hear it.
Oh no.
I only had a yogurt bowl this morning.
Girl. It's okay. I had egg bites.
Did you hear it?
Here. No, I didn't.
I hope you didn't hear it. But if you did.
If you did, cheers.
It's okay. I'm going to make buffalo chicken dip later, so.
Yeah, tonight is big wing night. Lots of wings.
Wings.
Do you like buffalo chicken wings?
I love it. I mean, I want to make buffalo chicken dip tonight.
Are you gonna make it from scratch?
Yeah. I mean, it's easy. It's just chicken, cream cheese, buffalo sauce, ranch, and I think mozzarella cheese. And that's literally it.
Oh, that sounds actually pretty easy.
Just throw it in a bowl, pop it in the oven. I'm gonna do that. But yeah, I love buffalo. Nice. I really like blue cheese. I'm a fan of blue cheese. With buffalo wings. And ranch, of course.
One time I told Erica that if she was a cheese, she would be a stinky cheese. And I always think that when someone says like blue cheese or something.
She'd be camembert, I feel.
That's a really stinky one, right?
Yeah.
It's stinky, but it's like an acquired taste.
It's brie, but stinkier.
Yeah. I love a good stinky cheese though.
I feel like you would be manchego.
Oh my god, that's such a big compliment.
I feel like you would be.
Thank you.
You got a little like kick. Because there's a little kick in manchego.
Yeah.
It's smooth, refined, elegant.
Oh my god, I'm like blushing.
We're celebrating Galentine's tomorrow.
That's why.
Honestly, now I might have to make you a card. That's like, I don't know. Just has a big slice of manchego on it. Maybe I'll just gift you manchego.
I love manchego. Oh my god. I was actually thinking I didn't have time to do it today, but I was thinking, what can I do for Galentine's Day? Like, I want to thrift something. Poor Tristan is tripping over everything. Hi, buddy. What can I give the girls that's thrifted, but also like a cute little trinket? Might go to the thrift later today and figure it out. But I was, wondering. Because, like,
I was also thinking, I'm gonna pull something out of my ass tomorrow. The whole Galentine's party will be pulled out of my ass an hour before.
For anyone that doesn't know, Kendall and her sister throw the best ragers.
Oh, you want to come up here, get in between us? Tristan, come on, you can do it. He's also a little hard of hearing and sight, so
I think he thinks that something's in front of him.
Tristan, you can come up. Come up. He probably thinks his pillow is his mother.
Thinking about it. Oh, that's kind of sad.
It feels like him.
Come on. I'm just gonna feel like him.
Yes, King.
Come on, buddy.
Yes, little goblin. I just know that's getting picked up majorly.
Oh, yeah, isn't he so cute, everybody?
He's got so much loose skin. It's so cute.
I like how fuzzy he is.
He's very fluffy.
He was very like shaved last time I saw him, so I'm glad he has some of his zhuzh back.
Yeah, he's such a beige dog.
He is a beige. He's not a beige mom. He's a beige dog.
He is a beige
dog. Mm-hmm.
So cute. Oh,
get comfortable.
We're gonna be here for a while.
We're gonna be here for a while. Anyways,
Kendall, should we clank our plastic and glass?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm having funky drinks lately when we're doing our clink. It's like feels off. But anyways.
This isn't gonna clink.
Here's the spilled tea.
You know, that was nice. Can you do a little swirl for us, Sasha, maybe?
Yes.
Hold up to the mic, maybe?
Yes. Welcome to Bookish ASMR, our favorite time of the episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're fine.
You're welcome.
Take up as much room as you need.
There you go.
I'm so hungry.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Would you like to grab a snack? Okay.
It's so bad. No, there's no snacks here. This is an ingredients household.
Oh,
and
far too well.
I can go eat half a tomato that's in there. Just
you guys open the video. It's just Kendall eating a tomato like an apple.
Yeah, no. I mean, I would, but it's not the season for that. Mm-hmm. You know, it would just be watery.
Yeah,
I can't do that.
Mm-hmm. You get hydrated though.
I would. I'm not gonna do that. Maybe next time.
I kind of want you to do it.
I'm next time. I'm not doing it.
All right.
So if it were heirloom, maybe. But...
Are those the small ones?
Those are the like funky looking, wrinkly, bulbous ones.
Wrinkly.
You know, they're like weird shaped. Mm-hmm. Because they're not, you know, probably genetically.
Oh, like
modified.
No GMOs. Yeah.
I don't know. They just seem very natural. Mm-hmm. They come in all different shapes and sizes, just like us.
Mm-hmm. It's a metaphor for life.
Yeah.
For being women. We're different shapes and sizes, but we're just tomatoes. As sweet. Yeah. We're all little tomatoes.
Actually, they don't all taste the same.
So. But they're all sweet.
They're all in their own way. Delicious and expensive.
Exactly. Don't let anyone tell you you're not the shit.
A delicious, expensive tomato.
Yeah. Without GMOs.
Mm-hmm. We heirloom. I'm not gonna say bougie anymore. I'm just gonna say I'm feeling heirloom today.
You're feeling yeah. I feel like a little
I don't
heirloom.
actually know what heirloom definitely means something.
It means like
what is the?
Doesn't it mean something like estate-y? Like
there's a like out of
it sounds like
context.
It sounds like heiress to me. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Oh, like a family heirloom. But is that the same thing when you use it to describe a tomato?
Yeah, right. It's
same
an heirloom
thing.
Tomato.
A valuable object that has belonged to a family for several generations. Denoting a traditional variety of plant or breed of animal which is not associated with large-scale commercial agriculture.
Oh. We love. Never say we don't teach you anything. Never say you never learn.
Yep.
When you're listening to Bookish.
I'm non-commercial.
She's not genetically modified.
I'm non-commercial.
Au natural.
All natural tomato today. Okay, anyway. Enough about tomatoes. Let's get into... Oh, wait, we didn't do spilled tea.
Spilled tea. Oops, I spilled the tea.
What's your spilled tea of the day, Sasha?
Ooh,
or week or month?
I think I have a monthly one. I just went on my first work trip ever. Woo. That was big for me. I'm terrified of airplanes, but mostly airports. The actual airport itself, gives me the worst anxiety. Once I'm on the plane,
did you get yourself a little sweet treat, a little salty snack?
I did. I got a little iced tea, and I read my book. I got there way too early, and that's okay.
Good for pre-flight anxiety.
And I calm down as I get to my gate, and once I'm on the plane, I'm fine. Weirdly enough, airports I hate them and they freak me out, and I feel ugh. But
they do make you feel a little nasty.
Yeah, nasty, but also there's so much going on, and you have to go fast, and you have to be efficient, and I think that's what freaks me out about it.
Airport security gives me the same level of anxiety as checking out at an Aldi. And it's true because at Aldi they go very fast, and I usually don't grab a cart because
I never grab a cart.
I forget the coin, and I'm too scared to go up to them, even though they will give you a quarter. I'm too scared to do that, so I will just throw shit in my bag, and they go really fast, and it's impressive, and I love it. But then I'm like, oh, shit, put things back in my bag.
That is such a great comparison.
And security, you have to take all your shit off and then put it all back on, and everyone's stressed. And
oh my god,
feeling.
Yeah, that is a great point. That's a great comparison. Yeah, when I was coming back, the airport I was flying like back home from was like super small. It was, I was up north, so like everyone was really nice. And it was such a contrast from like home, like airport, that giant airport. And literally I was still flustered. Like I had just driven so much to get to the airport, and it was like this whole thing. And then I left my water bottle from the hotel. I left it in my bag, in my backpack. And like nobody, when you're like, usually when you're at like TSA or something, they're like, okay, like take off your belts, take off your shoes, get your, they're giving like instructions, and they keep yelling things. And this one, like people, they were not really yelling anything besides like, oh, put your shit in the bin. Don't like leave it out, whatever. And then
were they being calm about it?
Or were they were being pretty forceful? No, they were pretty calm. And so I was like, oh, okay, like, like I'm nervous, but like it's fine. And I have a backpack and a carry-on, and my backpack goes through the scanny thing, and it's like blinking red. And I'm like, and I'm looking, and I'm like, oh my god, am I a terrorist? Am I a terrorist? I was like, oh my god, like someone slipped something in my bag, like what is happening? And I'm like already flipping out. And then they call me over, and I was just so embarrassed, and I saw my full water bottle, and I was like, I am so embarrassed. I can't believe I didn't catch that. And I was just terrified. And she was like, do you want me to read all the options? And I was like, girl, just throw away the water. I don't need it. And she was like, okay, here you go. And then I got so flustered, I left my phone in the bin. And then they had to yell across the airport, which was very small, but still. I ran back and I was like, oh, sorry. It was so embarrassing. I was so embarrassed.
The thing is, knowing you, I know you fully, all of those anxious thoughts actually ran through your head.
They 100% did.
Seriously were like, someone
put a bomb in my bag without me looking. And I was like, I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail.
Verify that definitely happened. That's like Sasha's level of anxiety. It actually ran through your head.
It really did. Oh my god. After that, I was like, you know what? It's fine. Like, it's fine. But that shook me up for a good hour. I was a little shaken up, but we're fine. I got myself another iced tea. I made it home safe.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters.
Yes.
So that was a big girl thing of me, and I was, doing my thing, and I feel like the trip was very successful. So I might be going on another one later in a couple months. So I am trying, as you know, on my 2025 bingo board.
Yes.
I am trying, or I want to visit at least 3 new states in the US. I've already got 2. So I'm like, hey, it's not even like 6 months in the year, and I'm already almost done with one of my boards or one of my squares. I was really happy about that.
I really need to reevaluate my square because it's currently in the glove compartment of my car. So I don't know how that.
Oh, you mean your whole board?
My board. I just need to look at it. I haven't looked at it.
You have to look at it every day, Kendall, so you can like manifest.
I know. I need to figure out. Maybe I should make like a smaller copy of it too to put somewhere. Because I don't know.
You could.
Or just maybe I just tape it to the dashboard of my car. Or just have it right there.
Just have it about you.
Just every morning.
You said your screen isn't working, right?
Yeah.
So you could just tape it over your
there. Oh my god.
What's your spilled tea? Tell me about your life.
Aside from that,
update everyone.
I think I was thinking about it and reflecting this morning on what I would say, because I feel like this past week I've had a fine week. Nothing crazy. Feel very like I had one of those weeks where I was just PMSing really bad, so I was just trying to find the good in things every day, even though every little thing, I just kept spilling things. Like I just kept dropping shit. One morning I was making a little yogurt bowl, and I just dropped the whole tub of yogurt, and then I tried cleaning it, and I thought it was clean, and then I was trying to exit out the door, and then when it dried, there was yogurt, like white yogurt residue still on it.
Mm-hmm.
I cleaned it 4 times before the yogurt residue was completely gone.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I came back that night, it was actually still there.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a lot of that. I spilled,
Mm-hmm.
and that same morning, I spilled my coffee.
So you literally have
times.
spilled tea.
Yes, like I this week
she took it literally.
I kept spilling things.
Mm-hmm.
But I think my main spilled tea, if I'm going to be like something that happened,
Mm-hmm.
that was not great, but was also kind of good. I replaced all my tires.
Oh my god, really? Wait, I didn't know this.
Oh my god, I didn't tell you.
I heard you got stuck on the highway.
I got stuck, yeah.
But I didn't know you
tire almost just completely exploded on 270, which is a major
big highway
here. And yeah, I was just stuck on the side of it for 3 hours.
3 hours?
Yeah.
Poor thing.
Yeah, and I was on my way to work. It was fine though. They were very chill about it. And it was cute when I came back. It was during indoor recess, and all the kids came and gave me like the most massive group hug I've ever received.
Oh.
But then the next day I was terribly ill. So I blamed them.
Oh. The kids hugging you. Oh, that's
yeah.
Oh my god.
I still have a cough. It's been 2 weeks. So little concerning, but I feel better. Anyway, I guess I ended up replacing all my tires.
That is like fabulous news. Oh, thank goodness. I'm so happy for you.
Thank God for credit cards.
Yeah. Literally, thank God for credit cards.
Mm-hmm. But honestly, I was really proud of myself because I didn't cry during that situation. And it was because my thought process was, I'm so grateful that I pulled over when I did, because if this front tire had blown out when I was going 60 miles per hour, I would have like spun off the road and gotten severely injured. I had multiple people being like, yeah, Kendall, you'd have died. And I was like, okay, that's great.
I'm glad you're still with us.
I'm glad. You know what? The psychic said, one time I went to a psychic and she said that would never happen to me.
Like you wouldn't die in a car crash?
Yeah, I specifically asked her that.
Interesting.
I don't know why.
Well, you were just like, it's not my time.
Oh. I'm sorry. I just didn't want to cough into the mic.
That's okay. I think we all appreciate it.
Yeah. Anyway, should we get to today's topic?
Let's get into today's topic. What are we doing today, Kendall?
So today we are reading some funny Goodreads reviews of some of our favorite books. The way we selected these, I don't know if Sasha did it differently. I was struggling to come up with books. Honestly, I wasn't sure if I wanted to do like, my all-time favorites, childhood favorites, books I've read recently. So I kind of just did a bit of each.
Yeah, I kind of did all of those things. Like my favorites, and then also just ones that I know are controversial and I know people have shit to say about them. And also just like ones that I've read and I don't have any particular strong feeling about it.
Yeah,
but
it's
I
just
was
curiosity.
Like, yeah. So and like I did mostly like bad reviews, like hate. But they were funny to me, and I wanted to share.
I did some that were funny. Did you send them to me?
I did.
Oh, you did. Okay.
I did.
Okay, let's start out with
Let's dig in.
One of Sasha's.
Okay.
Do you want to Okay, the first one that's coming up is An Ember in the Ashes. By Saba Tahir. Did I pronounce her name right?
I think so. I think it's Saba Tahir.
Okay. So I'm just going to read what Sasha highlighted. This is a 1-star review. We'll keep the name anonymous. Written in 2022. First person. Wait, actually, I might be a little loud because it's in all caps. So brace yourselves.
Go ahead.
First person present tense? No! This is another book that belongs to the bargain bin of YA. Hot take.
Ouch.
I almost said her name.
Ouch.
What's your thoughts?
On that? I just finished that series and I loved it. And I thought it was deeper than that. What? I don't know. I didn't read that much further. I just thought this person.
Wow, she used the word detest.
She detested.
She was passionate about the hatred toward this book.
You really hate something if you say detest.
Yeah.
I finished the series. I loved it. I thought it had some great themes that are like very relevant to like even though these books were written a couple years ago. I mean, they're not that old. I think like the last one was published in like 2020 maybe, 2019. Yeah, I think this person is wrong.
Well, she said
respectfully
her main issue is the violence. And she says it's purely for shock value, and it's used to manipulate readers and make the villains extra bad, and says the villains are pure evil, not real people with real emotions or motivation. So I think she found the villains to be maybe a little like surface level villains.
I really disagree.
Lack of depth.
I thought they were very like complex villains, and I think the violence is because it's war. Like the book is literally, she says in the beginning of the book, like this series is about what war does to people.
Well, nothing wrong with the dramatization of that.
It's a little dramatized, but
I mean, it's a book.
In like the
violence,
it's
art. It's supposed to be.
Yeah, and like it has a point.
Dramatized.
Like I think because like the villains in this series are like the Jinn and like just one evil person in like the commandant, whatever.
Commandant?
Is that how you pronounce it? Commandant?
Yeah.
I thought it was commandant. Commandant sounds so much better.
Sounds more assertive, right?
Is it like how you say colonel, but it's spelled colonial?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, commandant.
Commandant. Oh gosh,
sounds more dominant.
I've been saying whatever. I've been saying the wrong one. Kendall, this podcast is just like an hour of Kendall teaching me how to say things the correct way.
This next one is also Ember in the Ashes. Again, I want to keep the anonymity. Anonymity? Is that how you say it?
Anonymity.
It's like, yeah,
I don't know.
It's like synonym.
We all know what.
Anyway, but I'm not gonna say her first name. But just starting out, it's her name and the moody reader, which I just feel like moody she's gonna be moody.
How moody it is.
1 star again. This one written in 2018. Negative. This is in the trillions. Negative 9 trillion something stars. Even the devilish SMHing at this book. That's how. Oh,
even the devil
even the devil is so much, as in so much hate.
I think shaking my head. SMH means shaking my head.
Does it really?
Yes.
I thought it's so much
better.
I thought it's so much hate. No. I thought it's so much hate.
No.
Oh, it's shaking my head.
Is shaking my head.
That's so funny. Wow.
Well, my ego just got boosted.
My whole teenage years of texting was a lie.
There was so much hate.
I thought it was so much hate.
Maybe. I mean, it probably would work in
shaking
the same
my
context.
Head is. I like that better, honestly.
Well, that's good
because then that's not as abrasive.
It's really not. It's
not.
Wait, so if I texted you SMH, that you thought I was saying so much hate?
Yeah. Oops. Anyway, even the devil is shaking my head thing at this book. That's how bad this was. Is it Jinn? In the world are probably insulted that they were included in this book. This book is so bad that I actually want to induce a selective type of amnesia on myself just so I can forget that I've read this book. My mind, you didn't highlight this part, but my mind needs to be bleached. I mean, there must be a Tide Pod for that. Just kidding, kids. You can't take a joke. I don't know.
That one was just like aggressive.
It's like that's the thing. When I was reading these, I was like, guys, I mean, you do what you want on the internet. But I was like, these are very abrasive.
Y'all need to calm down. Like,
yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah,
it's just like, funny. Let's be silly with it.
Yeah, I like the silly ones where they just like, yeah.
I like the ones that are like 5 words.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay,
like,
let's do one of
these
yours
are good.
now.
These are good. Oh, that was funny though.
That was
That one was funny.
The bleach thing was. I was like, oh my, okay.
So I wanted to include a Throne of Glass one in. I specifically put Empire of Storms. I don't know why I picked that one. I like that one.
That's why I picked it. Fourth one or the fifth one?
The
Empire
how many
Storms?
are there in total?
Fifth,
7?
that's 5. I think. Yes.
And then wait, is it 7 including Tower?
Including Tower of Dawn, I think.
So then, is it the 5th?
I think it must be the 5th.
Then it's the 5th.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's the one before Kingdom of Ash. Well, I don't know if people put Tower of Dawn right before Kingdom of Ash, or I think they're like more.
I put Tower of Dawn before Kingdom of Ash. Like back when I didn't know it was supposed to be like a tandem read. I just like read.
Was it in tandem? I forget. Was it in tandem to Empire of Storms?
I think so, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
that's why the order when they all come together.
Kind of, yeah. Exactly. So it's.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's
well. I picked that one because I was like, gotta do a Throne of Glass one. This was a 1-star rating. DNF at 60%. 1 star for Manon. Ugh. Blackbeak. Welp, I tried. I enjoyed that it was 1 star for Manon.
Only for Manon, like
only for Manon. They no. 1 star is in like because Manon is in it. It so gets a star.
Like 0 stars. They added one. Oh, okay.
But for her, which I personally appreciated. Yeah, I thought that was like, if you hate everything else, at least you can recognize that she is like the one of the best characters within that universe.
You know what's funny? Like that. I don't know if it's like TikTok or like whatever. It's just like a social media sound. It's like the jumble of words is like blah 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 blah, and then it's like it's entirely possible blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
that's like the Throne of Glass fandom is like, like Kale sucks, like Aileen should have been with Doria, and then it's all like when it's synchronized, it's like Manon is the best. Everybody loves Manon, and like nobody has an issue with her.
Yeah,
but we can all agree on that. But then everything else is like we can't agree on anything else.
She's a great character.
She's like
dare
I say the best.
I mean, obviously people are going to be passionate about it. But there was so much passion. That's why I didn't really pick some of the more controversial ones, because I was like, I'm gonna say something controversial, and I just looked over at that one. Yeah, no, I couldn't, and that one was from 7 years ago, so that's it's an OG.
That's an OG girl. Right
but anyway, I didn't really take that many because they're really passionate.
Yeah, all caps.
They're talking about pushing certain agendas and stuff, and I was like, this is getting political.
Oh, for sure. They're always, which is fair. In a sense. Like, I can't blame someone for saying that and like pointing it out. Like, honestly, reading these bad reviews, I was like, okay, like, you're kind of right, but like, I wouldn't fully agree. Like, I think it opened my mind a little bit.
No, that's
more
true.
To books that I really
was just
enjoyed.
Like, these are scathing.
They are.
These are scathing. And I was just like, oh my god, people are so passionate. Yeah, it's beautiful. But also I'm like, chillax, babes. The next one was just no. And
what was that for? Was that also for Throne of Empire of Storms?
Yeah.
Wow, they didn't like it.
No, well, that was a 5-star review.
Oh.
So I thought that one, I liked that one. I thought that one was good. Those were honestly kind of boring. I'm sorry. Those sucked.
No, they did not
one
suck.
was a 1-star rating. I don't think this person rated it. It was #SaveTheTrees.
Oh.
I don't know if they read it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
I have a question for you. Have you ever written a 1-star review for a book? And if so, what was the book?
No.
I haven't either.
I would not bother.
Damn, I was assuming you would have like.
If I 1-starred a book, I did not finish it.
I agree.
I would not finish a book that was 1-star.
Yeah.
I could. Because also, like, 1 star, that just has to be such a bad book.
I think like the lowest I've ever given something is like 2. But that
usually don't finish
the whole thing. I would finish it 2.
No,
I have.
It has to be a 3 or above.
I'm just like, I have to finish things to completion. Like, I can't It takes a really bad book for me to DNF it. I'll be honest.
I have my
issues.
rule. I read like 150 to 200 pages depending on how long it is, and if I'm not into it by then, I leave it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I gave it a chance. I gave you
150 is like a
solid
good
amount
chance.
of pages.
Yeah.
To at least start, because there's a lot of exposition and stuff if it's a long fantasy book, which personally I love. But
I don't mind it.
You at least start getting into the thick of it.
Yeah.
You know? By that point. And if it does not get me by then, like if I don't at least like the character, the protagonist, or I'm intrigued by the plot line, then it's kind of like, I'm like, why am I going to waste my time when there's so many beautiful books that I could read right now?
Fair.
Here, let's go back to another one of yours.
Okay.
Practical Magic. 2-star review. I know it's reader sacrilege to say this, but I like the movie better. It's very rude.
That was kind of rude. I read that and I was like, bitch.
But it's also like, I could understand someone saying that in the sense of, oh, I like, because the movie itself is just a work of art.
It is, but I don't think you should be like compare. I mean, I guess it's like the same story, but it also isn't. Like the book and the movie were like very different.
I think. See, the way I look at movies and books, I'm just like, they're two different lenses, right? So I just don't think you can really compare them. Like they're two different artistic interpretations.
Yeah.
Right? Like
very
Alice
different.
Hoffman, maybe, I don't know if she had a producer credit or whatnot, but usually that doesn't. Even then, you can have a producer credit and not necessarily have a lot of creative direction with how the story's told.
Yeah.
So I just think they're just very two different mediums.
Yeah.
And I just think it's wrong to compare them like that.
I agree.
Unless you're very passionate about the book and then they butcher it.
But they didn't butcher it. So I'm like,
no, it was wonderful. That's like the best. That is the best book to movie. One of the best.
I would agree.
I think Lord of the Rings is a great book to movie though. Yes. Actually, Twilight, that's an incredible book to movie.
Yeah. I think that is like such a comfort like movie series. And I don't know why.
It's like the aesthetic.
I think you think so? You think it's the aesthetic?
The vibes, the actors, everything. The time, the nostalgia, just of the time and place. Yeah, maybe it's like the
nostalgia also.
The soundtrack.
Honestly, that soundtrack slaps. It's so good. You have a crack in it. Hi.
It's so funny. Okay, I'll read another one of yours. This one's for Weyward, which I still haven't read.
Oh, you should read it.
Is someone reading it in your life right now?
I'm pretty sure your sister is reading, or she was reading it.
I feel like I saw it somewhere in this apartment. This is a 1-star review. We get it, Emilia. You hate men. Emilia Hart is the author, so
I thought that was funny.
I mean, how do you feel about that? I have not read it yet.
Reading that book, I will say, I think there should have been some sort of like warning or like acknowledging that there's a lot of heavy things that happen in it, because it's kind of like a book about like generational
trauma.
Is it? I haven't read it in a while.
Is there a lot of violence against women?
There is a lot of violence against women, and there's like a lot of like these 3 women in the same generation are like discovering their witchy this is how I saw it. Like, yes, there was a lot of like abuse and like violence and like towards these women, but it's like the main point was like them finding their like divine power.
Yeah.
And it like awakened something in them. Do I think there should have been some trigger warnings? Yes. Because some of these things in the book, I will be honest, like triggered me.
Well, did you think it was, because I feel like what this person might be saying, do you think it was just or maybe there were some scenes that were just like, I hate men, because there's a lot of women out there who sometimes there's just like a lot of there's like a big man-hating agenda in the sense of like maybe it's not as complex.
I would not say this book is like I hate men.
It's not
I think it's also like it delves into like the common experience from most women and like growing up. And like you know what I mean? Like it goes
no.
Like every woman will understand
I was just asking
these
if there were parts in it. I
didn't think so. I just thought it was funny
totally
that I was just like, you hate men. And I was like, maybe
she probably does. But I wonder if she's read her other stuff too, and it's similar themes.
Yeah, that I don't know, because I haven't read any of her other books.
Yeah,
though she does have like a mermaid book coming out soon, which I'm like kind of into.
You should read it.
I love a good mermaid.
Maybe a good summer read if it's coming out by then.
Yeah, I think it's coming out like late spring, if I'm not mistaken.
Did you see that they released that Pixie Hollow
YA
romance?
What are your thoughts?
Saw it yesterday. I wanted to go to the bookstore and pay however much to get it. I'm not gonna lie.
It looked like kind of silly to me, but I was like, if it's actually like really deep and good, that would be like
I don't think it's
ideal.
It's a YA. It's not that deep. But I think it would warm my heart.
YAs are kind of like
I think it would warm my heart.
Yeah,
I think it'd be fun.
Or you like were you a big Tinkerbell Pixie Hollow girl?
Yeah, I loved Pixie Hollow.
Yeah,
and like I always thought those characters were kind of hot. So
yeah, they were always. Who was your favorite fairy in the Tinkerbell group?
I think like as a kid, I liked Fawn.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm forgetting her name. What's the purple one?
Oh, is it Vivian?
Vivia?
Vivi? Viv?
She's awesome.
The purple one.
Yeah, she's awesome.
She's Betty.
Oh, what was her name? Silver
Mist. She was my favorite.
Divine.
I think I still love her. I think she's still my favorite.
Yeah,
she's just kind of there.
She's awesome.
They're all cool. Chilling.
I genuinely I keep seeing it. I saw it as of yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know when it was.
No,
released.
I've seen it everywhere, especially online.
I'm not on TikTok anymore, so I think it just took a minute to get to me. But yeah. I genuinely was like, I kind of want to walk to the bookstore right now and buy it. So
I would be very interested in that one.
I think it'd be a quick read.
Yeah, because it's about the Queen and the Winter King fairies, right? Because they were like in love, and then it was that one scene, and then someone wrote a book.
It was like at the formation. Yeah, they just did a spinoff.
It's kind of cute.
I want to read it. Yeah. I just feel like it's something I would read really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Which I feel like that'd be a good get out of a reading slump book.
Yes.
So if anyone's read it, and wants to comment on it,
let us know how it is if you've read it. We're curious.
That'd be cute if we did like a reading date. We both read it in a day, because I feel like we could. I feel like we could definitely read something like that in a day.
Yeah. Although I think I'm a slow reader though. Maybe a day and a half for me.
I think you could read it in a day.
You think
if it's like 300 pages, I think you could do it.
Depends on how good it is though.
But that's what I mean. Like if it's a good YA, I think you could do it.
That could be like our next book club.
That would be cute. We should do that.
Yeah.
We should do that.
Let us know if you want us to do that.
It'd be fun.
What's the next one?
Okay, so this is for Juniper and Thorn.
Mm-hmm.
This is my first read. No, it wasn't my first read. It was my first. Okay, so I finished One Dark Window in January, but I didn't start it in January, so I don't think that counts. Like it counts that I finished it, but I don't know if I'd count it as my first book of 2025. But Juniper and Thorn, loved it. It was insane. It's by Ava Reed, I believe is her name. Okay, so this is a little graphic. Warning.
Oh, okay.
This person gave it a 1 star. Why did I just read a book that includes the phrase "cut off my nipples with gardening shears" twice? Once wasn't enough. I've never felt more uncomfortable with the use of the words nipple, breast, and plum. If you haven't read this book, you might be a little confused out of context. But yes, like there are 2 scenes, which I remember reading that and I was like, wow, really twice? She said it twice. About like wanting to like cut off her nipples with gardening shears like they were petals. Okay. And this book, there is a lot of, and when I was reading some of the reviews, there is a lot of abuse that kind of gets uncovered as the book goes on, and there's 3 witchy sisters, and the youngest, she's the plainest, and her power is when she touches someone, she can what's the word? I think she can see their thoughts or feel their feelings.
She's like telepathy.
A little bit. I forget exactly, because I don't think it's just she can read your thoughts. I think there's something more to it. Maybe she sees.
Like
I think
she's
she
an
just sees a
empath?
vision.
Oh.
I don't know if it's future, an omen, whatnot, but she sees something.
Okay.
I think she can see your memories, like something like that.
Like is it like the Twilight baby?
Yeah,
She do
kind of
something
like
that?
yeah, kind of like the Twilight, like
Yeah.
Renesmee. Very similar. But she has to make physical contact with you, and I guess not to spoil it, her dad is just fucked up. She's a really bad dad, and he got cursed long ago by a witch, so he has this, like, he can't be satiated when it comes specifically to hunger. No, it's actually in any degree. He can't be satiated. Like, he can't be satisfied with anything. So no matter how much food he eats, he's hungry. Like, no matter how much love he receives, he wants more. Like, he's always wanting more, more, more. And because this, and one of the sisters says it later in the book and is like, dad, like, father doesn't want the world to abuse us. Like, he wants us pure. He wants essentially to be the one to abuse us, though. Like, he wants that control over them. He doesn't want anyone else to have the ability to control them. But he says it's because, like, oh, I don't want the world to taint you. I don't want people to hurt you, but it's really just so he can maintain control and abuse them. Yeah, it's like very, it's a great book, don't get me wrong, but anyway, she gets assaulted pretty early on in her childhood because her dad would, like, leave her alone with these men during these sessions where, like, she'd touch them, and her dad, sometimes her dad was in the room and would just, like, the men would be like, oh, well, touch me here.
Oh.
Yeah. And she was, like, really young when that started happening. I think she was, like, 14, and, like, there's this one guy, there's a lot of sexual assault alluded to in her past, not even alluded to, in her past. But she says that 'cause she's like, you know, I got touched, so I feel very uncomfortable in my body, like, a point and I would like to chop off my nipples because, they were, that's when the, like, violations and harassment started.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, we'll put a little trigger warning on this because I don't think there was a trigger warning in that book about that.
Again, I think these authors, like, I understand,
but,
like,
I mean, maybe there
using
was.
these mature kind of, like, sensitive topics, but, like, they should sometimes have it
For, like, sexual,
I think,
assault and stuff.
For sexual assault, I think you do. You know?
I think you, like, yeah.
And I'm not one of those people that's like, you need to, I'm not like, I don't know. I think
I wouldn't not.
Certain things need to have some sort of warning because
because it starts
sensitive.
In this book, it kind of starts more metaphorical and you kind of sense it. It's alluded to. There's a little bit of protection over the reader. But then as the book progresses, it's just, like, blatantly said that this happened. Actually, it's not even blatantly said, but it's like there's enough information, like, given that you're like, this happened. But yeah. But to go off of that, this one was a 4-star review of the book, and it was love it when a woman is truly just deranged and suffering.
Oh gosh,
which is true. I mean, the book's, like, kind of, it is very dark. It's a very dark book, and, like, really sad and horrible in a lot of ways. But it's also magical and actually, I don't know if I'd call it beautiful. There's a love story to it, but it's also still kind of dark and weird. But I like the character. I like the main character. I like how she's working through things. I think it's a very complex, I guess, not interpretation, but with a character working through like her trauma and active abuse from her father. She's still, I don't know. It's complex. It's not a
It seems very
simple
complex.
narrative, and I appreciate that. I appreciate the depth of the book, and I think it's beautifully written. Anyway, let's go back to one of Sasha's. I'm sorry, I feel like I brought that to a dark place. Okay. Let's see. Oh, this is a One Dark Window one. Okay. And now here's my short dum-dum review. Reading One Dark Window made me feel like one Dumbo Bimbo for picking it up. LOL.
What? And this person,
Dumbo Bimbo.
They had a review that was like paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs. Like, reason 1, I hate the name Raven. Reason 2, I hate the world. Reason 3, like, they hated like basically everything about it. And then at the bottom it just said that, and I was like, okay. What are you reading?
I'm reading the rest of it.
Yeah. As someone who thinks that the One Dark Window duology was like perfect, no notes, I
need to read the second one.
Heavily disagreed with him.
I don't know why it makes you feel like a Dumbo Bimbo though. I don't get that.
Yeah, Dumbo Bimbo?
Dumbo Bimbo. Hi Tristan, you agree?
I think he disagrees.
I think he disagrees. He does not seem. He seems a little irritated. Oh, it's yeasty. Anyway, yeah, no, can't
disagree. You're wrong.
Sorry. Can't agree with that one. I would not say it made me feel like a Dumbo Bimbo.
No, I would say
I like that book a lot. I cried a couple times.
You cried?
Yeah.
What parts did you cry?
I cried during the scene when her father came up to her after the dinner and gave her the card.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was really sweet because they don't have the best relationship, but it seems like the father really does still have a lot of love for, his departed wife and also her. I feel like he feels remorse, and she just thinks something really bad's gonna happen, and he kind of just shows up for her, and even he doesn't even need an explanation or words or anything. It's just the action, and I feel like those scenes are really beautiful.
Yeah, those are the things. Like, it included a lot of like fun, like fantasy elements, and like there's a good plot also, like with the villains and stuff, but also like stuff like that. And I was like real family dynamics, and like, I don't know.
I didn't like Raven though.
You didn't like? I liked Raven. Is he my favorite? No. I liked him.
Could be grimier.
You think he wasn't morally gray enough, right?
Yep.
That was Kendall's issue.
Yeah. I just think he could have been a little. I just thought he was going to do something bad the whole book, and he didn't. And I was like, come on. Like, I don't know. A little too good to be true, in my opinion. Like, you can't be named Raven and, I don't know, not do something a little fucked up. I mean, it just bothered me. But
I think it's also like, I think I thought the same. Like, I was waiting for him to do something like really fucked up. But I think it's like my favorite stories are like the ones where all the main characters are like kind of fucked up, and they kind of all like morally gray or have done something really bad at one point for like a good reason, but they still did a shitty thing.
It seems his character lacked complexity for me. I feel like it could have had more depth.
Interesting. Okay.
In my opinion.
Well, maybe you would have agreed with that one person's review of Raven.
Well, but it didn't make me feel like a Dumbo Bimbo. I just didn't like him that much.
That's fair.
I just felt like he could be a little more rough. I just felt like, I don't know, he wasn't giving me the vibes I wanted. It's called One Dark Window. Like, you're also cursed. Give me something.
Right.
if you're gonna be morally gray, I want you to do something fucked up.
Yeah.
I do. And I want you to learn from it
Mm-hmm.
and grow from it.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just, like, honestly a good guy. I mean, I guess, like, yeah, he's, like, robbing carriages or whatever. Killing people. Yeah, I guess that's but it's, like, not done in a way where I'm like, he feels remorse or anything. Like, it's not done in a way where I feel like he learns or grows. It's just like, this is my arc. This is my arc, and I'm following it, and this is what I'm doing, and this is my mission, and this is the plot.
Maybe he's...
But it's like, what did you gain from that? What did you learn from that? What part of you changed from that? I just felt like there wasn't much shift in his. I didn't feel like it was an arc. I felt like it was a line.
Fair enough. Okay.
A vertical line.
Just like...
But the next book, I think, is, like, mainly him, right?
It's a mixture. So it's him.
Split point of view, but he gets point of view, right?
Yes, it's between him, Elspeth, and the brother, I think.
A little bit of Shepherd King?
Well, I don't want to spoil it.
No, I know.
There's, like,
I
three
know,
different
but, like,
POVs.
is she even in it?
Yes.
Okay, she is.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if she's, like, present or not anymore.
She's kind of present. Not really, though.
Okay. Is it, like, just reverse? Like, she's kind of in there?
Yeah, so she's, like, kind of in the back. And the
But then he has a main point of view.
He has the... Yeah.
Okay.
I think.
That's what I was assuming.
Gosh, I can't remember, actually.
Because I know Raven has a chapter, because I think that's the, like, sneak peek at the end.
Yeah, Raven has a lot. He's a lot in the second book is definitely, like, more all of them.
But see, I'm assuming that in the second book, I get that depth. That's what I was hoping for.
Maybe that's why. I mean,
because I feel like I was missing that.
Yeah.
This is another one for One Dark Window. 1 star. What if someone wrote a Vespertine Caraval AU where all of the characters were inexplicably named after trees? This is what. I don't know what Vespertine is.
I don't know.
So I can't really comment.
I was hoping you would know.
No. Caraval, I don't think so. I don't see how this really relates to Caraval.
I don't think so either. I thought
in any way.
It's funny that everyone is named after trees, though.
Yeah, but I like that because that's a whole.
It's kind of witchy and.
But that's also like a whole part. I thought it was based off of the like Celtic tree astrology. So like
tree
I don't.
Astrology.
Yeah, in Celtic cultures, there's tree astrology. Everyone's a tree. I'm technically a vine.
So vine?
Yeah, I'm not a tree technically.
Oh, why?
Like I don't know. Like some people are trees. Like some people are oaks and you know, willows and stuff.
Oh, okay.
I'm
like what determines it?
It's based on your birth. It's the same thing. It's a wheel.
Oh.
It's different types of trees.
So
I assumed that's where she got it from.
That's why I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like this. I'm like, what do you mean? It was not
they
like
don't know
this
about...
person just. It's not like Rachel just pulled that out of her ass. Like, come on, it's not like Caraval.
They did not know your Celtic
this is
tree
YA,
astrology
right?
thing.
Or is it adult?
No, I think it's YA.
It's a good YA. I could not tell. I was like, is it adult?
Right? Like, it reads like a YA, but, like, the language is not YA.
No, it's actually well written.
It's very well written. And I will say, like, I think YA kind of has a stereotype of, like, 16 to 17, like, teeny. Like, there's a difference between teen.
Well, that's why I was wondering.
YA, but that's like, YA is, like, our age group, like, young adults.
Well, no, I thought it was new adult. Because that's, like, a new subgenre. That's what I thought it was.
What the difference between new adult and young adult is.
Well, it's a newer genre of adult.
But like
because YA should be
adult is 18 plus.
Yes.
So young adult is like 18 to 25. That's what I think. But I think it's marketed towards young teenagers.
Because middle grade is from like 10 to like 14. YA is like 15 to 18. And then adult is 18 plus. But new adult has come about in recent years, and I don't know if it's referred to just online or it actually is new adult, but it's new adult would mean like 18 to like 35 range.
35?
People in their early 30s are reading this shit.
I guess.
Yeah.
But isn't that just adult at that point?
My age range might be off, but I know
have a lot of
it goes
questions
into
about
early
this.
30s. It's like
Okay.
you're in your 20s, early 30s.
Why is it just called adult then? Adult fantasy. Why is it like new
Because that's
adult?
very broad. Because it's like a whole
I guess.
that is like 50 years a person. So you're going to split up like children's, middle grade, it's all like 5 years. And then you're going to have people like categories. People like to categorize everything.
I guess.
You're
probably right.
Anyway, this is wrong. You're wrong.
Yeah, One Dark Window is fabulous. So
I'm sorry.
Fast asleep right here.
Oh, I'm gonna skip the Northanger Abbey one right now.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go to Once Upon a Broken Heart.
Ooh, I still have yet to read that.
They're so good.
They're good.
And I don't care. I know some people don't like Caraval. I know more people who don't like it than like it. But I love Stephanie Garber's books, and I've said it before. I'm a stan, and they read so fast and so well. They're just good.
That is true.
They're just good fantasy YA that you can breeze through. Like, is it the most sophisticated of YA?
I would say it's pretty unique, though. I mean, I never finished Caraval, but like, it was a unique story.
It's unique, but it's like, it's one of those YAs. If you've been reading adult fantasy and then you jump to it, you're like, you know, like for a moment, you're kind of like, maybe the writing isn't as, you know, eloquent. But I love it. But anyway, I'm just gonna speed through these because you know Jax, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, so he's mean. 5 stars, and then it's like the on your knees emoji. And then that was a 5-star one. Like, oh, so he's
5
mean.
stars.
And then the 1 star is I don't think Jax brushes his teeth, which I just thought was really like niche. I just thought that was very specific.
That's a very like targeted blow.
Yeah.
Poor Jax.
I know. I was like, what?
Damn.
I'm like, does anyone really brush their teeth at that point in history? I don't. Well, it's also fantasy.
It's fantasy, so maybe they all magically have like great breath and great teeth.
Yeah, they probably have an elixir for that.
Probably, like they have an elixir for like.
But also,
birth
he's
control.
like an immortal being. I don't think they have to worry about tooth decay.
Yeah. Y'all are too serious.
Regardless, that was a little rude.
Aggressive.
Obviously, not into Jax.
No, they're not.
I love Jax. He's morally gray, and he's very morally gray. He's just a bad person, and I like that about him. I like that about him because that's the morally gray fantasy man I like. I like when they're like shitty people, and then they learn. Eventually,
they
learn. It feels more real to me.
Yeah, than just like a perfect person that like knows right from wrong like all the time.
Yeah, that just like, and I don't know if that means something's wrong with me.
But I get what you mean.
Because it's just like their actions mean more. I feel like once they actually have that shift.
Yeah.
Because they're just being real. That's why I like them, because they're being real. They're authentically horrible.
Yeah.
They're not being fake.
Yeah.
They authentically suck as individuals. And then something happens to them, and they go through an arc, and they're like, okay, I'm learning from my mistakes. I actually care about this person. I'm not going, like, it's just, I feel like they're not all words. Like, actions start becoming more apparent and dramatic. And those are the scenes that like break my heart, is when their actions actually. I hate words. That's why I don't like the nice characters. I don't like the nice love interests, because they're just all kind of like words sometimes. I just don't feel like they're just like good and they make right decisions all the time. Unrealistic.
It's just like, yeah, I agree.
But then again, he is mean. So
he's mean with the praying emoji, the on your knees emoji.
He's mean.
He's mean.
He's mean.
Just like Damon Salvatore. That was my thought when I was like 15 and I met him. I was like, he's mean.
But also, Damon was made to be mean, okay? Stefan sucks. Stefan's so annoying.
Like, when it came down to it, I could talk about this for hours.
Yeah.
When it came down to it, like, Elena turns into a vampire, right? She had no control over it.
Yeah.
Like, she was literally gonna die. she didn't mean to, she didn't mean to have the vampire blood in her system, whatever. And then, like, Damon, yes, is he morally gray? Yeah. Did he kill a lot of people? Yeah. Is he selfish? Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? Like, at the end of the day, Stefan was the one that was, like, trying to change her and, like, tell her, like, oh, there's something wrong with you. Like, let's find a way to bring you back to your human self. And Damon is like, this is you. Like, this is you now, and, like, I'm gonna be here for you. Like, you're a vampire, okay? Like, let's deal with it.
That's what
you're
I
perfect, even though you're a
mean.
vampire. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
this is why morally gray is, like, so appealing, I think, to us, is because, yeah, he kills people and blah, blah, blah. I say that like it's not bad. Damon does some fucked up stuff, I will admit. Though
No,
I
he
am a stan,
does.
he did
He
do a lot of
does.
fucked up stuff, especially to Caroline, like, in the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, this is why, because, like, he literally, like, he's the definition of, like, unconditional love and, like, true, like, selfless love.
Well, it's because they're horrible people who don't love anything, and then they grow and they, like,
and he grows so much that
it seems more authentic because they're just constantly filled with hatred and upset.
and, like, fucked upness.
And then they genuinely, like, something shifts. They seem authentically horrible, and then they seem authentically caring and good.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Because the other way, it just seems fake.
And Stefan, that's why, like, Stefan kind of pisses me off. Because, like, I think
he's also not good.
Yeah.
He made Damon this way. Damon didn't even want to be a vampire.
Exactly. And, like, he's the one that's, like, a ripper. And he, like, can't come to terms with, like, who he actually is. So he keeps, like, fighting it. And, like, I love his, don't get me wrong, I love his, like, plot line. I love his arc.
Yeah.
He has a really cool story. But for Elena, I was like,
I was like, no.
Also, this is fucked up of me. This might be fucked up. The fact that, like, David hates everybody and is mean to everybody except for Elena, I'm like, yeah.
No, agreed.
Yeah, you should be.
You know what? It is fucked up.
It is fucked up. You think we have issues because of that? Maybe.
Yes.
Maybe that shows we have issues. Maybe.
No, I think it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not.
I'm like, Stefan,
healthy.
why are you nice to, like, all the other girls?
But
why are you nice to them, Stefan?
It's true. It's like you should hate.
That's gross.
Every other woman.
Yeah, or not just hate, but at least just be
not
like,
hate, but like
not
you
shouldn't.
Them.
Why are you going out of your way to help another girl?
Little sus.
That's suspicious. And Damon is like, he's like,
Damon just kind of collectively hates everyone.
He just hates everyone except for her.
And it's not even.
I love it.
It's not, the hate is not based in anything, but he just generally hates life.
But you know what, though?
It's not even personal.
He has a lot of hate, and, like, he's very selfish, and yes, all that. But one thing I love about him, he just, like, stands on business. Like, he's always the one that's like,
he does.
What you're saying is so complicated, and saving this one person, let's just, like, do this other thing that's, like, kind of fucked up. Like, it's so logical.
It's hard, though, because then it makes me think of this fully other universe when I think of, like, Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm. I've never seen Walking Dead, actually. It's good.
So good. Just watch all of it. I watched all of it, as I started it when it came out, and then I watched all of it around this time last year, and oh my god, and I've watched all the spin-offs.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the Daryl Dixon show, which is, like, they're still making it. I'm a Woman Obsessed. Incredible show. And it only gets better and better and better.
Yeah?
Yeah, and I love all the characters. They have great morally gray characters, too.
Oh, wait, that's my
Negan
favorite.
Is so incredible when you meet him. And there's a lot of characters to hate as well. But it's like Rick Grimes. Like, you know who Rick Grimes is, right?
I don't think so.
He's, like, the main guy. He's, like, looks like a sheriff.
Okay.
He was the sheriff originally. Okay. Anyway, he kind of becomes the leader of their apocalypse group, right? And he isn't morally gray. Like, he becomes more gray as, you know, I mean, he's alive for, like, what, 20 years post-apocalypse, so he's, you know, becomes a changed man.
Yeah.
But, you know, he's first this sheriff character and really does have a lot of empathy, but it never really annoyed me. And in the first season, there's another character named Shane who's very much like, let's just protect our people. Let's worry about our people. Why are we worried? And, like, if someone in our group, there's this kid that gets lost or whatever, and Rick wants to make sure, he's a son, so he wants to make sure they find this kid of a woman in their group. And then Shane's like, no, like, this is gonna put us in danger and our group in danger. And I don't know, it never annoyed me.
Yeah.
Having empathy, the empathy part never annoys me. Rick never really annoyed me that much. Like, but Stefan annoyed me.
Yeah.
Like, Stefan isn't totally a good person.
He's not, but he
that's why.
And he comes across as one, and he thinks of himself as one. Even though he has this deep self-hatred.
He also makes everyone think that. And he makes everyone think Damon is horrible.
Yeah, yes.
He did nothing. There's, you know what? No accountability. That's the issue.
I think that's the issue. And he's
no
like,
accountability.
I'm the victim.
Yeah.
Girl.
It's if you just took accountability and we're like, you know what? I did do some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
And Damon has every reason to hate me.
Mm-hmm.
And to try and sabotage my life, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Because I made him immortal.
Mm-hmm.
I made him a blood-sucking killer.
Yeah. Damon stands
and he's my
till
brother.
I die.
That's the thing, too, Damon was into Catherine first, and Stefan, did that.
Yeah, I mean...
I'm sorry, you're shitty brother.
Yeah,
that's
where's your bro
up.
code?
There's no bro code.
It was...
Even though, is Catherine the vindictive one? Yeah.
Yes.
But
I mean, no one's debating that also.
But at the same time...
yeah.
if you weren't being... What's the word when they... The eyes. Name?
Oh, compelled.
Compelled. If she wasn't compelling you and...
She wasn't compelling Damon, right? She was only compelling Stefan.
Yeah.
Oh,
so what... So... Is that why?
Maybe. That actually might be why. I think Catherine wanted both of them.
But Damon wasn't even, pissed. That's the thing,
no,
he was just nice about it.
Yeah, he was. He used to be the nice brother.
About
yeah.
It. He also left the...
My Shayla.
The service... he was fighting for the South, and he left.
Yeah, he was in the Confederate.
Because he didn't agree.
I feel like they didn't even put that in the show. I think they said one sentence about it in the show.
Yeah, it's in
and they never brought it up again. And I was I feel like that would have been such an interesting... I think they dive back into it, his time in the war, later on in the series. But I don't know.
Yeah,
Damon is my Shayla. My Shayla.
I will say, I do think we have to wrap it up.
We gotta wrap it up.
Because I'm also, my cramps are coming in hot right now. So... I'm a woman down.
Let's wrap it up.
I'm a woman
Diva
down
down
right now. Diva down.
Diva down.
Diva down. I want to be like Tristan right now.
Just nap. Just not a great nap. I hope he enjoyed this little spiel of ours.
He's so cute and warm. Anyway, that was great. Fun conversation.
This was fun.
Hope you enjoyed.
Yeah.
And we'll hopefully, if Sasha's editing prowess
I can do it.
comes through,
she
I can do it. Will put the little reviews.
We'll put the reviews up here for you guys.
Up here, because sometimes I think seeing the all caps and stuff,
yeah,
and just
it's
even
better.
the punctuation can really set it off.
Yeah.
So,
thanks for sitting down with us today.
Yes.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Love you.
Love ya.